This is fine. Okay, I'm starting my stream off. Thank you for everyone who is dropping in. That is so sweet of you. It is my 27th birthday. Oh, why, thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jessica and Kaya. And I see Thomas, you're here early, which I really appreciate. You're actually on time while I was late to my own stream. I guess the original plan was to do it in Lake Tahoe, but things got shifted around. Oh my gosh, Sky, thank you! So now I'm actually back down the mountain, and this, what's going on? You're just fixing the volume? Okay, sorry, I got a loud voice. I like to yell. That's my boyfriend Tavares, also the sound studio manager and the kind person who set this all up for me, because I'm not gonna lie, this was a spur of the moment situation where I was like, I should jump right into streaming. Yes, they do. They do look really good. So yeah, honestly, things are now shuffled. I had originally a nice agenda, you know, itinerary style, but I'll just start it off and then, you know, feel free to keep watching if you want to, or dropping off when you need to. I'm really just kind of just chilling right now. Like, it's weird talking to a camera, so I'm trying to get used to that and hearing my own voice. But hopefully all the sounds are better now. Yeah, I'll just keep talking, I suppose. Originally, I set this up as a Q&A, so that's gonna be what happens. Oh, thank you, babe. Yes. It has been a very good birthday so far. So actually, I guess I'll just recap about what's been going on today. So I think a lot of people already know who I am, but I'm Brenna, and I am doing research up in Antarctica very, very soon. So I have been constantly up in Lake Tahoe, where we've been testing out our glider to make sure it is running and operating at full capacity. Yes, I am so happy that indeed I was able to come down the mountain, because originally I was supposed to stay up there, and the weather turned out to be really, really good, first off. So I was able to get out and get the glider at like 10 a.m. And then one of our instruments to do the ballasting. So when a glider gets deployed between freshwater and saltwater, you have to like ballast it. And based off of the density, because ocean water, believe it or not, is very, very salty. I mean, just looking at the quantity of the volume, like if you have a tank, you know, you're putting like 4 bags of salt in it just to get the buoyancy right. And so, anywho, we had to have an instrument to calibrate the density, or to measure the density of the water, but it broke today. So then I was off ballasting duty. We got the glider early. I got the shipping done the day before. So I was like, guys, it's my birthday. And they're like, oh my God, get out of here. I was like, okay, I'm going to go back down the mountain then. Let me know if you need me. So, yep, go science. We love to hear it. It's been a crazy bumpy ride, for sure, for the year of science. I feel like 2026... No, 2026 is coming up. Is that right? Yeah, 2025. We're still in 2025. And 2025, I won't lie, wasn't it for science. It wasn't it for LA with all the fires. And those two combinations, whammo. But I'm really hoping that we're going to get it all turned around. Yeah, ocean water is salty. Actually, if you want to talk, I could talk more about Antarctica if you're all curious. But, oh yeah, who pissed her off? Yeah, seriously. I'll tell you who pissed her off. It's those damn corporations polluting and putting up all this toxic, well, not, I mean toxic, but methane gases and stuff. And so I'm salty about it too. Oh, tell your sister happy birthday as well. Thanksgiving birthdays, turkey birthdays. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Thank you guys. You're making me live my dream right now. I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years now. So this is kind of fun to just like jump right in and give it a go. Why not on my birthday, right? Like, I got nothing else here, really. I mean, I got Tavares over there, but other than that, I just moved here like a couple weeks ago. So I'm just trying to do the best I can. You know, it's all slipping. Oh, this is so exciting. Yeah, anti-capitalism. Boo. I was going to say, oh, Rachel, since you're on here, since I'm going to Antarctica, I got to tell you, I'm also flying into New Zealand, Churchill, where you were at, right? Churchill, New Zealand. So I'll have to hit you up later for some recs, because my professor said that he can extend my stay so I can go explore New Zealand. And I was like, finally, I've been dying to get to Hobbiton. Like, that has been my goal for probably 10 years, an extra 10. So I got the whole outfit picked out. Will I probably dress up? Most likely. It'll probably happen. I do believe wearing the appropriate attire to Hobbiton is a must. Yeah. Now I'm going to start nervously crafting. I hope people have crafts to do. I don't. You know, there was not much that I could pack in my suitcase. So I was like, it's going to be crafting or Legos or something. So, and you can hear me ramble. You know, I didn't. It was kind of a last minute too that I invited so many people. God, to eat that. Oh my gosh! Well, thank you. I have a few ideas of what I want this channel to be. It's definitely going to be like low key. Oh my gosh, I did see that Elijah Wood crashing that couple's wedding, and I was like, damn, I couldn't imagine. He's actually really nice. I actually met him in person once when I was in Salt Lake City, and I was approaching the autographing table, and as I was getting closer, I tripped on the cable that they taped down, and I slammed my hands on the table, and he was like, love, are you okay? I was like, better now. Thank you. That was so embarrassing, but I am okay. So, what a nice guy, honestly. 10 out of 10. Would fall and trip in front of him again. Yeah, Comic-Con. Crazy times. Mm-hmm. So... needle point's kind of interesting. I don't know if I showed this yet, but I'm making a bee. But I'm trying to get into some sort of crafts these days with all the work we're putting out there. Gotta find some hobbies besides stressing about collecting data and publishing papers. Tell us about the move. The move to... Where do I live? I live in Fairfield. Okay. Before we continue, so why the stream also started late, I had to do overnight glider watch. So I was up between 12 to 4 a.m. and then I had 3 hours of sleep, and then I went to go pick up the glider. So my brain is a little bit fried, but I'm going to give it all. You know, I'm here and I'm here to show up. But yes, I'll tell you about the move because I live in Fairfield now. And I was like, what do you mean? Allen Avenue is where I lived previously. Back in Altadena, Pasadena, California. The move went really, really well. My last day at JPL was pretty great, honestly. Everyone was like wishing me off and being like, thank you so much for what you did here. I was like, thank you so much for teaching me all this stuff. There was really sweet farewells. And then my sister came down with my two nieces. I was say her two daughters. Yeah, my two nieces. And so I got to explore all of that. I got to explore all of LA again with them because they've never seen it. And it was so fun to actually see stuff, you know, not like behind like Grand Theft Auto 5, you know, when you're like driving up to all of the off-brands You're like, oh, I've been here. I've seen it. I know LA now, so I'm kind of just doing the best I can with that. But it was a very good farewell. And then the move itself, oh, okay. Shout out to all my LA besties. I am what you could say time delusional. When I thought I could pack the entire house that I have lived in for like 3 years in an afternoon, mind-boggling. I got my mom freaking out. I got Tavares freaking out. I wasn't freaking out because I was like, I'm used to like, I live in a dorm. Like, it's just an afternoon. I'm going to pack all my stuff and leave. No, I have 3 years worth of crap. And shout out to all of you besties out there that lived in LA that came to my farewell party, asked me what time I was leaving tomorrow. And I said 8 a.m. And they came upstairs and they said, girl, your whole room is not packed. And they all packed it and brought it all down for me in like an hour and a half. And there was like 15 people running up and down the stairs carrying all my stuff. And I was like, wow, I was really going to make my mom do that? I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. Like, she hates helping me move anyway, because one time she helped me move and she picked up this box and she was like, if there's rocks in here, I swear. And I'm a geologist, so yeah, okay, I have rocks. I take rocks everywhere I go. And yeah, Mom, it's a rock box. I don't know what you want from me. Like, it's part of who I am, and I identify as obsidian. Like, I don't know. I'm just sharp and quirky like that. So, anywho, that happened. It's honestly, yeah. And then, I'm actually excited. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, shout out to all of them. That's how I got here on time the day after, because I only did the car rental for one day. I was like, yeah, I need one day to move it down here. But the car people were so nice that they actually let me. So how it worked was like, it's first off, corruption. $400 to rent like a 1-bedroom U-Haul, or to $600, I would say. But I was well, they actually gave me a good deal. They said if you carry someone else's stuff, we'll do like a discount for you. So I was able to get it up there for a good, nice discount. But now I'm reading the chat, and do I have? Yes, I love my rocks. Oh, do I have a favorite rock? I'm so glad you asked. One moment, please. There we go. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, so I don't know if anyone heard anything, but circle back. Yes, I have a lot of rocks. I have multiple boxes of rocks and boxes of minerals. Do I know where they all are? Not quite. They haven't shuffled around. I do love the mineral sodalite. I think I like it because it's blue, but it's also just fun to say. Like, sodalite. That's a pretty solid thing. But recently, I don't know if anyone is familiar with Wallace, Idaho. This place, if you have a chance to go and you want to experience, I would say, the Truman Show, or like maybe something that's stuck in like the 1800s time loop in Idaho, you should go there. Like, it is amazing. Like, it literally, like, it transports you, like, it's like this town, a mining town in Idaho, kind of just tucked away in the mountains between Spokane, Washington, and Missoula. And I'm trying to get to the punch of the story here, but they have an amazing rock and mineral museum there because they did a lot of mining. And so I actually was up there recently and I booked a mining tour of their silver mines. And the guy, it gave me cores. Look at them. Look how beautiful they are. These sedimentary rocks. Right here. You know, I can see some of that. Oh, I want to keep going down, but it's actually up here. This banding. And if any of my rock girlies are out here, we're gonna enjoy that for a second. Very cool, actually. So it was really nice. Like as soon as like it was hot, and then you just like walk down and pure cold. And the guy was very well knowledgeable. In fact, he says that he teaches at high school, the high schoolers how to mine. And I was like, man, I would have loved a mining class. Like, sign me up. That sounds great. What did I have at my high school? Like, band. A band's good, but it's not mining, unfortunately. So, oh yeah, everyone's listing some good rocks here. Is it still blue lapis? Blue lapis, oh my god. Always gotta craft. The U-Haul, yeah, like the joke. These are great. You guys are so interactive, you know? I thought I was gonna be talking to a dead group, but then y'all showed up for me, and I really appreciate that. And keeping me busy. So, yeah. That is a great question. Rocks they're solid. Honestly, I feel like people should give more care to the earth. Ah, yes. This is Kitty Ray Baba. Oh. Another person's house. Alright. Well, she's making her rounds, I suppose. Kids yearn for the mines. They do. Yeah. I follow this one engineer on YouTube, and she's literally like mining under her house. And just be like, it's like what a girl can do. She can mine if she wants to. Whoa, is that a song? I'm going to save that one for later. I feel like I could make something out of that. Goes down, little baby scissors. Wow, we've been going for a solid 30 minutes. I hope I'm keeping you all entertained for this, for these activities that I have planned. Yeah, that cat is so cute. The story behind that cute kitty, well, it is a story, but there was like a bunch of kittens roaming around our neighborhood, and they're like sneezing, and some of them had like fleas. She didn't have fleas, but she was definitely sneezing. And I just like opened the door, and then she like came in a little bit and then went out, and then I immediately just slammed some food out. And then every time I saw her, I kind of just like pet her. I might have chased after her a little bit here and there, but overall, she liked it. Okay, she wanted to live here, so she's happy now. Took her to the vet, got her fixed, got her an assortment of drugs. And the doc passed, I think, a week ago. She's all good. So pretty nice to actually have a lovable cat again, I guess, because I traveled so much for work. I couldn't have a cat like or a dog like that. I did have a toad. That was some good years. Toady, rest in peace, Toady. He lived a very good life. Collected those live grasshoppers and mealworms. I would love to have another frog or a fish tank, but for now, Ray Baba's it for sure. Very happy indeed. It's like, gosh, cats are great. You know, sometimes you go, do I need therapy or do I just need like a cat? Yeah, maybe both. Totally did. Is that cat a ninja? I do think she can see ghosts. I do see her, like, and then zoom. She's got the zooms, but I don't know. Tavares works the night shifts, but like sometimes she just like stares. And I go, "There's something there." I'm just gonna close this door. It's better than the previous house that I lived at, where there was definitely a ghost. He lived on the staircase, and you just have to like go past him and go down the stairs. Excuse me, Tom. Or I guess his name was Nick Klaus. That was my neighbor's grandfather that passed away in that house, and he's chill though. You know, he makes sure the doors are closed and keeps it cool, I suppose, during the AC. Not bothered at all. If you were an animal, what would you be? Great question. Oh, you know, I could always go with something like, I wish I was a dolphin, where I could like close one eye and my other eye could be open and half my brain's asleep and I can learn at the same time. But for me, I think the idea of flying is very cool. And I quite do like birds. I mean, if I wasn't going to be a geologist, I would have been an ornithologist. So, to narrow it down, what bird would I like to be? Because I don't want to eat other birds, but I don't want to be eaten. Is there a bird that doesn't get eaten or eats other birds or other things? Because I don't want to like, you know, bite into a mouse or a rat. That just doesn't sound spectacular. I was going to say turkey, but then turkeys get eaten by humans. A peacock? A peacock. But they don't... Do they fly? I think they kind of like... Did you know peacocks don't lay eggs? Yeah. Peahens do. I'm going to read some of these questions. Aren't cats the only mammals with slit eyes? Oh, that's an interesting one. Maybe so. I'm more curious about those goat eyes. What are those, like hourglass? Or those like double pupils? There is something freaky about them though, because my childhood dog, anytime we were passing a farm, he would start like shaking when he saw a goat. So he might be onto something. I don't know. They're kind of cute. Oh, okay. I'll tell you what. Okay, you know, so this is great because now I have like 1,000 stories that I have to share, and it's kind of great because I get to just say them. Where was this at? I think it was like I was at the synagogue, and there was a petting exhibit thing going on. Anywho, they had camels. And that camel was, first off, have you ever seen a camel? They're huge. They're pretty huge. Like, they're big. And you go, I could try to ride that, but overall, I should probably stay a safe distance away. So I did. But this girl, I don't know if she just loved camels or something, but she ran up to that camel way too fast, and that camel got so scared that he kicked her. And she fell down. She was okay, but he kicked her. She fell down and then peed on her. I was like, if she liked camels before, I guarantee you she probably doesn't like camels today, because that was traumatizing to watch, and I couldn't imagine living it. I mean, camels already kind of freaked me out because I did try to feed one once, and it did like literally consume my whole hand, and I was like, oh, never doing that again. But camels, better not. I suppose, stick to a horse. But even then, horses, that's another thing too. Like, the fact that we're able to tame animals and ride them, pretty cool. Horses, though, has anyone ever rode a horse? Okay, like, when you sit on a horse and you're riding it, the horse actually has control. Like I know it's brainwashed to think it doesn't have control anymore, but like if that horse decided to just full on gallop and buck me, it could. I'm very thankful it didn't, but like I remember like doing a path one day and it was just like wanting to eat everything, and I was like, they were like, just pull up on the reins. I was like, well, clearly this horse is starving, so I'm not gonna do that. But it's not in me. It's not in me to ride it. It's crazy. You know what's disrespectful about fishing? One time I was at this is great. Okay, I have a lot of stories, but I was at the zoo one time. So back to the animal stitch, and they at the Boise, Idaho Zoo, they opened up a monkey exhibit, a brand new monkey exhibit. And so I was pretty excited because I was like, oh, they got the baby monkeys out. And so, you know, I'm like the only one kind of like, I think I was with a friend or two, but like it was pretty empty because it was brand new. And these baby monkeys are having the time of their life. They are jumping around, you know, they're playing with their toys. They're so happy. And then I like walk up like before all my friends and I'm like standing there and this monkey goes, this like baby monkey is like, and then pissed itself. I didn't even startle it. Like it literally like was a full on like like I don't know what that says about me, but I just know that that monkey definitely did some mental damage to me because I've never made someone scream and piss themselves before. So it's a first. It's a first for everything. Wow. Oh, that's cool. You grew up with horses. Oh. Only been on a few, but I must have been scary. I thought maybe I startled it, but like I don't know. The other ones were just kind of like eyeballing me, and that one was just like. Honestly, Jessica, you might have been there at that zoo exhibit. I feel like it was either with you or something when we were getting. Oh, what day was that? That might have been a different time though, because I remember being at the zoo once, and there was like a film crew like for the news TV show, and they were like interviewing the kids, and they're like, "You like what animal are you excited for?" The penguins, and they were like, "What are you excited for?" The giraffes, and then they panned it to me like, "What are you excited for?" The squirrels, and they were like, "Okay, you can kind of see those everywhere, but they have really good squirrels." I don't know. I like squirrels. Whatever. They got a good footage that day. Newscasts these days. I don't know what they want from me. Has anyone ever been on the news, actually? That's a great question. I don't know, because Idaho used to be really small, or if my mom had connections, but I've been on the news 2 times? Maybe 3 times. The first time, she wasn't there at the zoo. That was, like, random. But the other times... Well, when I was on the TV thing, I was wearing a dolphin mascot costume. And the mascot is for the water park. But imagine wearing that costume at the water park in, like, 98-degree weather, and kids want to hug you, and you're just crying inside because it's so hot. But you don't, like, the kids are like, "Are you okay?" Yeah, it's so hot in here. I don't know why they put a 14-year-old in here. Just because I could fit in that dolphin suit. I was that mascot, and then I was the Bobcat at South Junior High. Bob, do I give off mascot vibes? Another animal question. What's really the biggest animal you think you could win a fight against? That is hard because my fear of animals is great. Like, I don't know if Montana bred that into me, but like, bears, wouldn't fight them. Couldn't fight them, wouldn't fight them. No. Buffaloes, bisons, no. So, what would be the biggest animal? Maybe a goat. I could probably, like, headbutt it or something. Fists only. Fists only. Yeah, fight the ghost. Nah, I wouldn't fight. Have I ever fought an animal? Nah, usually, I think my theory is animals don't necessarily get scared of me, but I think it's because they think there's an animal on my head, and that's why. I've always had that theory. Because I feel like a lot of animals tend to, like, come towards me. And I think, except for the monkey. I scared the shit out of that monkey. But other than that, I feel like they're always chilling. Was it a field trip? It might have been a field trip. This is wild. Yeah, I wonder if it's streamed or not, and people are like, "Who is this girl?" I always, yeah. Bears shaped them. Oh, why are the bear? Very true. I mean, there's something crazy. You guys want to learn a fun fact, actually? So, during my Antarctica training, one of my teammates was telling me that polar bears are in the North Pole. If you didn't know that, they are. But to know where they are, Arctic means bear in Latin. So Antarctica means no bears, and Arctic bears. So I learned that fun fact. I didn't look it up, but she seemed like a reliable source, so I'll go off of it. If you could tell, I'm a very reliable person. I believe what people say, and she shared that, and I thought that was pretty cool. So there's your Antarctica fact for this going on stream. Oh boy, they want to be friends. Are koala bears bears? That's something I've always been wondering. Also, are drop bears a real thing? Or is that just an Australian folklore of when you walk under a tree, a bear could drop on you? A drop bear. I was pretty sure they're not real, but don't look at that side. That side's pretty bad. Mm-hmm. Tell us about Antarctica. I won't lie. Antarctica terrifies me. I like to do something scary every 3 months. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. This sounds terrifying. It's going to be 2 months. 2 months on a boat, an icebreaker. And the icebreaker is from Korea. And so the crew, apparently half of them only know Korean. So if you don't speak Korean, you're kind of going to be like... It's not like grouped. Basically, it's kind of like you're the foreigner, right? Like, you speak English and you don't know what's going on this boat. So that'll be fine. I'm going to learn some words like thank you, because I need to say a lot of that because they're going to be helping me out a lot setting up the antennas and getting the boat out because we'll go out in the water. I don't know if that's what you wanted to hear about Antarctica, but yeah, that's the boat experience. There's going to be a lot of international people on that doing other research. So one of the groups is doing ice core. They capture. That's cool. Let's talk about the ice cores. So what makes Antarctica really cool is that it's a desert. So when there is snowfall, it doesn't melt. It's melting. It doesn't melt. That's why you get this really cool ice shelf that is, several hundred meters, depending on where you're at. And they keep the record of the atmosphere based on the geological history of the Earth. So you can look at the climate, 100,000 years ago, or even further. I honestly don't know where it ends, but I don't want to say maybe a million years. I honestly don't know. I'm not an atmospheric scientist. I've dabbled in 2 classes at University of Montana, but other than that, Maybe someone else can help me out there if they find out, but that's really cool. And so I'm going down to Antarctica to deploy pull this out, a glider. And oh, actually, let me show you kind of a cartoon picture of the glider. Looks like. So this is a junk journal. I like to take trash and paste it on pages. But anywho, this is kind of a picture of the glider right here. So this is what the glider looks like, and it's gonna not fly, but glide in the waters near the ice shelf to understand the meltwater coming off of Thwaites Glacier, which is like the largest glacier in Antarctica. And if that thing was to calve and fall into the ocean, like, bye Florida, like, that's it. Bye Thomas, like, I won't see you around anymore because the sea level will just crazy rise. So we don't want that to happen. It is accelerating in how much meltwater that's coming off, and it's not getting replaced. And so what it does is, like, you know, it's melting, but it's making the ice shelf unstable, and that's where, you know, you're now losing chunks of calving, is what it's called, where you lose chunks and it slides in, and then the ice can displace stuff as well. But it's bad. It's bad news. And so the glider that we're going to deploy is we're going to deploy it. This glider is a very high-risk instrument. So, like, as soon as it goes underwater, you lose all comms. So that's why you have to have someone manning the station at all times to see if it pops up from an abort, or if it's just saying, "Hello, I'm okay. Send me on my way," or "Pick me up, I'm scared." I don't know why I do that, but for some reason I like to give my instruments like personalities. It makes it more fun, I suppose. I don't know. But we're gonna measure the temperature, the conductivity, basically the salinity. You know, she's salty. Antarctica's salty, and get kind of like a depth as well, and then you can get the density and like profile of where that is, and just understand the meltwater coming off of it. And so I'm going down there for 2 months, and it's only a 10-day mission, but it is crazy how expensive it is to get down to Antarctica. They, I think, calculated like $100,000 a day. So like this is like a couple million we're talking about for this one, you know, 2.5 month campaign you're down there. Someone did talk about tagging seals, and so I would love to help out with that. So back to that question, I wouldn't necessarily fight the seal, but if I have to wrestle one, I suppose. No, I'm probably still scared of that. Penguins, though, I could hang out with the penguins. I heard the penguins just like walk right up to you because they're not scared of you. There's no, they have predators, the seals, but if you're not near the shore, they don't have predators on the ice shelf. So like they're like, "Ooh, who are you? You're a gigantic penguin. I'm gonna come hang out with you for a little bit." So it's a jam. It'll be fine. If I do see a dog, actually, I have been reading some books about people that have gone to Antarctica. I don't have them with me. I mean, I have one book there. Shackleton. I just learned more about him. You know, he was like one of the first people to understand. He's a polar scientist. He does North and South. But like, he has some crazy stories. Like, he literally went down in like the 1800s. He put an ad out saying, "Listen, I'm going down to the South. You might not return. You probably won't return. But like, if you want this one-in-life opportunity to go explore an unknown land, come join my crew." And people did. Yeah, they did join his crew, and they went down to Antarctica. Yeah, seal would you up. Oh, if it was an emperor penguin, I would first go, "Your Grace," and then I would bow. So forgot what I was talking. Oh yeah. Shackleton. He gets down there. First off, this boat, we're talking like Pirates of the Caribbean. This is not an icebreaker. This is your average merchant ship. Docks it in the ice, and they dock it in the ice, and then it kind of just forms ice around it, and it's like a floating iceberg that just kind of goes around Antarctica. And they camp on the ice shelf. They destroy the ship and like make a hut because Shackleton says someone will come rescue us. 3 years later. So I don't think anyone's going to come rescue us. They dismantle their huts. Some of them did. So a couple people, some of them stayed. A couple people dismantled the huts, turned it into a raft, and then sailed it back to somewhere in South America, maybe Chile, Argentina, one of them. And then eventually, go back to Europe, get a crew together, and then go back down to rescue them, and not a single man died. Kind of cool. Cool. Best thing, though, I think is badass, is that these people, these men, were facing really hardships, right? Like, it does get seasons down there, so, you'll get storms and whatnot, and there's nothing really to eat except, fish and seal and maybe a penguin. But, so, like, they talk, like, in their journal entries that they're starving, and there's this one scientist who literally every single day at the same time takes his measurements for 3 years straight, and I go, that is pure dedication. They're fighting for their lives, and he's, like, starving, that, like, they're talking about, like, might have to eat the horses, which I think they eventually do, but, he's just sitting there taking his measurements. That couldn't be me. I know for a fact, because when I did my personal survival training last week, I had to come to the realization that if we get into a shipwreck, I will have to die down there. Unfortunately, I will not be coming back. There's no way. I jumped off of a 12-foot platform in a rubber suit, and immediately as I crashed into the water, and I thought, if I had to stay here for 18 hours, because you only have 18 hours before you get hypothermia. Hypothermia? Oh my gosh, hypothermia. Oh my gosh. Couldn't do it. So that would be the end of that, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure, Shackleton. Oh yeah, Shackleton? Yeah, he's pretty cool. So there's some more stories, because, he goes back for more. But I'm only going to go for once. Will I go inland? Not far, no. I think maybe once or twice I'll be able to go on shore. There was a talk of having another instrument that will be a helicopter to go over and land on, like, an ice shelf. I honestly can't talk about that one because I honestly don't know what it was. Like, it was like my professor was like, I have like a bonus mission for you guys if you want to, or if you're interested, to test out this experiment micro device, but I have no idea what the measurements were and if that was even going to happen. So unfortunately, I'll be stuck on a boat for majority, if not all of it. But I get to see Antarctica, which is very cool. I've not heard of Blood Falls. It sounds interesting. I don't know what kind of concentration soil is in there. What makes it red? I wonder. Woo! Now a little thirsty. New Zealand I'm going to try to do for a week, maybe 10 days after I get back in February. I get back February 19th, so I'll dock, and then while I'm there, I'll, what will I do? I honestly haven't planned that far. I mean, I'm going to have a lot of downtime when I'm on that ship, so maybe I'll plan a really epic New Zealand trip. I'll definitely talk to you more, because I'll need some advice on what to see and what to do. Ooh, so there is no night sky there right now. So it's going to be summer because it's in the southern hemisphere. So they're going to be facing the day, or facing the sun, like 24/7. So like it's going to be pure daylight, and I think it kind of goes dusk and dawn. But overall, I'll be sleeping in sunlight. I wish it was the night sky, but then also if it's the night sky, it'd be scary. Be scary all the time. So I do plan to take. Oh, my cat is right here. I do plan to take a lot of photos. My sister! Why, thank you! Thank you for joining! I've been yapping away for like the last hour, and it's been really great. I really appreciate you guys' what is this, banter? Chit chat? I kind of had like some okay. I was gonna do a comedy like a lineup, like a comedy skit thing going on. I did not realize how hard it is to write something like that, so props to the comedians. The transitions are smooth, the humor is great. I have a lot of like bits and stories, but overall I don't know how to like make it seamless, but I could do my best. What else am I looking forward to this year? I mean, Antarctica and New Zealand's kind of the end of the year. I think that's probably it. I get to go home to Boise and get to see my family before I leave. I'm leaving on Christmas Day, so my mom ain't too happy about that, but girls gotta do, once in a lifetime trip. If you're all curious, I did prepare some comedy, but we can do that at a later date as well, a later time. To change it up with the Q&A, because I think I scheduled this for another hour and a half. I'm going to just keep yapping. I got lots of things to yap about. Oh, 2026. I'm back in school. And I'm looking forward to being a student again. I mean, I get to go to Antarctica, which is a really cool experience. My professor is going to go to the North Pole this summer. So I would like to be available if he were to ask me. That would be pretty cool. But 2026, there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to. One thing for sure is keep streaming. This is fun. I've actually really enjoyed this. I don't know why it's taken me so many years to finally just to do it, but I'm happy to finally just jump in and give it a go. Ideally, I would like to maybe stream some games, but we will see. What is everyone else looking forward to in 2026? This is kind of weird. So like, because you guys see a nice screen, but now I'm like looking at all like the little mixing and these other like sidebars that are opening. I hope the music's good. I'm listening to the Relaxed Movement YouTube channel. It's got free copyright, which is nice. Showcase Stream Queen. Duchess. I'm a Duchess girl. I'm gonna do my best. I hope I'm entertaining. Because you didn't have a super cool producer. Correct. I literally took a nap while Tara set this all up for me because I was running on very low steam. But I feel great. I feel energized. I feel ready to take on the day and make it the best 27th birthday ever, because you only turn 27 once. And looking back through my years, good job, Brenna. You're still here, still going. Probably a new Yes. Now that, okay, so I'm very excited to start gardening. I was recently talking to Tavares' mom about getting a community garden because they were talking, the HOA people were talking about tearing up that playground, putting something else there, and I'm like, community garden. So I would love to, make that happen. There's also an avocado tree here, so that's also great. How's game making going? I kind of like. I learned the new term crashing out recently. So, because at first I was like crash out, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go crash on the couch. But then there's the term crash out. Did I crash out after I left JPL and moved? No. But I haven't been doing much except trying to move here and going to school and getting prepared for Antarctica. But I am looking forward to working on my ass in games because when I'm in Antarctica, that'll be plenty of time to do so. We are trying to make an app for my aunt right now. So it'll be cool to see if that comes out sooner or later. But ideally, I would like to start working on those projects now that I have so much free time, that I'm not stuck in front of a job that is demanding. I mean, the job I'm doing right now is demanding, but set those boundaries. Yeah, grow some sweet potatoes for sure. Will we get live streams from Antarctica? I sure as hell can try. I mean, as soon as you leave New Zealand, you do lose access to the world. Yeah, there's no cell towers down there. So the professor gave us a Starlink, and he said that we'll use it for our glider, but we could also use it to talk to the world. So we're not completely disconnected, but I'm planning on having a lot of hard drives. I don't know if I can stream, but I will vlog. I will try to take a lot more footage in vlogging. I've done many campaigns before where I didn't do that, and so when I look back and be like, oh yeah, I was in Cape Town, South Africa, and then it's like one picture of like a blurry picture of me near like the African penguins. So I would love to take more. I mean, I'm in Antarctica, so I'll probably take the camera that I'm staring at. Should I be staring more up there? But I will do my best. If you guys want to see more content by yours truly, I'll be trying to do something weekly. It would be really cool. Good stuff. Yep, just pops up. Let's see if this works now. Ah, that's cool. And with these layouts. So, yeah. Any hot takes? I'm so glad you asked. Actually, okay, let's try. Okay, so you guys are in luck. I've tried to set up something special to try out new things, and so I have a guest with me. Some of you might know him. He is a Star Trek. Captain Picard's first mate, William T. Riker. So he is here to grace us today.
Have you ever walked out of a mall into a huge parking area and realized you'd forgotten where you parked your car?
So we're gonna stop there. So this is gonna be my comedy skit. I'm gonna let him ask you a question, and then I'm gonna tell you a story behind it. So for that, I have to think back. Yes, I have walked into a parking lot and not been able to find the car. And even better, it was with my sister. And we were walking into the parking lot one day, and we saw the 2012 silver Honda that my mom used to have. And we walked up, we're talking. She opens the door, and there's this guy just, eating a hamburger. And he looks up at her, and she goes, "You're not my mom," and just like slams the door and gets on out of there. So there's that one.
Ever gone mountain biking? What do you want to be?
The old classic.
What do you want to be when you?
Oh, back up that way.
What do you want to?
Have you ever gone mountain biking? Yes, I have gone mountain biking. One example of me going mountain biking was with a friend whose tires were a little bit bigger, and I didn't realize how bigger they were until we were going up and down the mountain, and we were about to hit the uphill, and I went, I don't think I'm going to clear that. I should get off and walk this. And so I stop the brakes. I go to put my feet down, and I forget that I'm like short, and I couldn't reach the ground, and I go, oh dear. And I fell over and just kind of like slid down the mountain. Yeah. We're still going. Sorry. Is everything production-wise okay? Okay, all right. I get easily distracted. So we have sound mechanic here. I'm trying to do my. Okay. Gonna continue.
Be when you grow up.
What do you want to be when you grow up? What do I want to be?
You sure I can do that again?
The right tip. If you call a plumber to your home.
I'm hearing it twice because it's playing to your iPad.
So is it okay?
Can you hear it inside your headset?
No.
Turn the volume.
Okay, we're gonna turn the volume down. All right. Let's let's get back into these questions.
What's the right tip?
All right. What's the right tip? Oh, great question. My sister told me that it's 20% because she was working at a restaurant. She says it's 20%, so that is the correct tip.
Call a plumber to your home lately?
Have I called a plumber to my home lately? No, but 2 years ago, I did go on a date with the plumber once, and let me tell you how that went down. First off, he was quite tall, like maybe 6.5 feet. My mom was really like, please don't go on the date with this man. It looks all wrong. Like you have to like put your hand up like this just so he can hold it. We only went on one date, but he was a chronic vape user. And so when we went on our one date, we got out of the car and he like kind of like full on panicked. He was like, I don't know where my vape pen is. And like, I was like, are you going to be okay? He went, yeah, I should be fine. Lo and behold, it was not fine. It was like an hour and a half later. We get out of like whatever we were doing and he goes, let's go stop at this vape store. It's going to close in 15 minutes. We have to run. So I had to run in the middle of winter for this guy to get to a vape store before it closes. He gets his vape. He goes, would you like a hit? And I'm like, no, I need to hit like my inhaler because you made me run in like 10-degree weather. So, anywho, haven't called the plumber recently since. Moving on from that story.
How superstitious are you? How much?
How superstitious am I? You know, besides finally living in a house with a ghost, apparently my sister and I, when we were kids, we were playing in the living room one day, and she swears to this day that one of the Barbie dolls stood up on its own and fell back down. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was busy just like munching away on the Polly Pocket accessories, but she was pretty convinced. So I feel like I technically am superstitious because I just don't think we should be making fun of ghosts. I think they're around, and I think they're just, they're just chilling.
How much money would it take to make you spend a night in a cemetery?
That's a hard question because I just said that I think we should respect them, but also I'm money motivated. But I also respect. But also money. I guess it depends what cemetery it is. But probably not.
Would you display this as a trophy?
I display that as a trophy. This might be because of Idaho, but there was a really cool version of one of those antler pieces in this Airbnb where it was kind of like offset and you could like hang up your coats or mugs. I think maybe they're hanging up mugs. It's kind of cool. They made it look not tacky. I'll just say that much.
Pet, do you have a sweet tooth?
Do I have a pet? Yes. Do I have a sweet tooth? Yes, I do. So to take this story back, I went to a cute, nice little restaurant. You might have heard of it, Texas Roadhouse, a local establishment in my neck of the woods. And the waiter comes up to me and he was trying to, get my order. He's like, what kind of side dish would you like? And I saw sweet potato. And I looked at him and I said, now this sweet potato, is this a potato that is sweet? And I had to slow down because I didn't mean to ask if a sweet potato was sweet. I meant to say, is this cut? Is this baked? Is it, cubed? But is that my sweet tooth? Yeah, I'm Idahoan, okay? Potatoes are sweet to me.
Do you believe in the power of a curse?
Do you believe in the power of the curse? Yes. Yeah, I do. I do think there's something to it. I think if you put enough energy, you could do some serious damage.
Your hearing tested lately?
How have I heard my hearing? Yes. So at my job, I do a lot of heavy machinery and stuff, and so they do have someone come around to test your hearing, and it is so rinkety-dinkety that when they come around, they pull this trailer in like the parking lot, and then you're like, you're going to leave, you select your time, like, okay, I'm going to go do my hearing test. And you're sitting out there, and I'm like having to do this hearing test while like 2 feet away from me, they're like ripping up the sidewalk. They're like, and I was like, is this even valid? Like, you're like, I'm like in this box and you're trying to make me like click the sounds to see if I have any hearing things, but how can I even, like, I feel like we're getting some skewed data over there.
Planning a trip soon? Can you
I'm going to Antarctica.
remember the tallest man you've ever seen? Do you love?
Yes, this is a great one. So I was on my way to, I was coming from a work trip. This is right. And when you land in LA, you take like a bus to where you pick up your rental cars. And while I was sitting on this bus, this man across from me, he's sitting down, and I'll just say this, he was large. Like large as in like his hands were like huge and his feet was huge. Like he was just like a person times 2. Like if I was a person times 6. And it finally occurred to me because I kept like eyeballing him because I was like, something seems off. And what occurred to me was that he was holding a Pepsi bottle, but it wasn't your average Pepsi bottle, you buy at the checkout. He was holding a liter of Pepsi, and it looked like a regular aisle bottle. And he was just drinking it, and I went, oh, you're like a really large, tall man. So that was exciting when he finally, got to his stop and completely finished it like it was just your average Coke bottle. Bravo. I was actually sad that I had to get off because I really wanted to see him stand up because like he just kind of was spilling into like the other seats beside him, but like I mean, it was just immaculate. Honestly, I wish I could drink a whole liter of soda.
Have to go wandering beneath a clear blue sky.
Yeah, I would like to go wander underneath a clear blue sky.
Have you noticed what big stars real estate agents have become? Are you careful?
I don't know that question. I don't know. I don't know famous people well. Unfortunately, some people would say I'm not with the pop culture. When I was in 7th grade, people were talking about Kanye West, and I was trying to like get in there because I was like, they were talking about one of his music videos. I was talking about, oh, are you guys talking about Kane? And they went, Kane? Are you talking about Kanye? And I was like, so I've only seen that word written, and then I like clearly had to like shuffle backwards and get on and get out.
With your personal records, does your computer? You're careful with your personal records. Am
I careful with my personal records? Shout out to all the people that helped me move. They found 3 credit cards in various spots around my bedroom. I could be better. I will be better. I put that in my 2026. Shout out to do better, Brenna. Do better.
Computer ever seemed to have a mind of its own? Have you ever?
I do believe, so back to the hot takes, I do believe back to instruments having a personality and to be kind to them. I feel like, I see people getting so mad at their computers and yelling at them, and I'm like, be careful, they're really smart. They may not forget that. And I don't know if you know, but I always believe that someday they will rule the world. And with the uprising of AI, you shouting at your Windows crashing, or your laptop crashing to be exact, might not be great. But also, just gotta be kind to them. I always keep my electronics, even though I do kind of throw them around. Like in college, I was in a bunk bed once, and my laptop fell off and hit the ground, and it had hinges break off and some cables sticking out, and the screen kind of pops up. But you just take some tape, and you don't touch the hinge because it's sharp, and it works.
Visited the Chinatown section in a major city. Have you ever?
I've gone to 2 Chinatowns. One in LA. They have a really cool Bruce Lee statue. And then in New York City, when I was visiting my sister, I got to see Chinatown. We had really good food. I like really good dumplings. So shout out to my sister for taking me there.
Visited a flea market.
I do visit the flea markets often. I do get the, how do I say this? I do like to try to do a bargain, and I like to believe I learned it from my mother, but sometimes I think my mother goes opposite direction, because one time we were at a flea market, she picked up a blanket that said $5, and she approached the salesperson and said, I don't think this blanket's worth $5. I think it's worth $15. And that person said, yes, I agree. It should be $15. So I learned not how to talk at a flea market, I suppose.
Visited a truck stop. Did you ever
have I ever visited a truck stop? That is a fun one because I travel a lot and I do like to interact with truck drivers. I like to hear the horns go honk, honk. Wave at them. Say hello. They're on their big traveled stuff. I do remember one time I was in the back seat of my mom's car. I was probably like 12, No, I wasn't 12. I was like 16, and we were up in like the back hills of Idaho, and we were at like this rinkety dinkety gas station, and this guy pulls up in this motorcycle. He's got a full beard, and I go, "Hi," because I know him, and he went, "Oh, hello, Brenna," and then he like drove off, and I was like, "How do you know that man?" I was like, "That's my coach." So she's weary, but I'm safe, Mom. I don't talk to strangers. Just so you don't worry.
Job as a waiter. Have you?
I've never been to job as a waiter, but I have been a food truck server, a cashier, food truck cashier. And if you want to make tips, the best way to do so is to make people laugh. And to make people laugh, this only might have worked when I was young and cute, but I would get their names and then give them like fun, quirky nicknames when I was calling out to them, and they would just laugh and laugh, and then they would drop like $5 in. So I don't know if that worked, but that counts. But yeah.
Noticed how many successful restaurants are theme-based these days? Have you ever had the desire to?
I don't know how to answer that question. Yeah, I guess they are successful. Who doesn't love a good themed restaurant? You know, I love a nice 1960s diner.
Write your initials in wet cement.
Okay, so we'll end on that one.
Donnie Dust.
Oh no, get out of here, Donnie Dust. But that last one, have you ever wanted to write your initials in wet cement? Yes. In fact, I think I went through a phase where I was writing my initials on everything, and I remember I was sitting or laying down in my bunk bed, and I was very close to the ceiling, and I wrote my name with Sharpie up there, and I thought I was so clever because I was like, no one ever looks up. The next day, my mom goes up, and she goes, "What is that?" I go, "Dang it. I didn't think she was ever going to look up." Because who looks up at ceilings? So anywho, that is the end of that skit. I hope it ran well. It was kind of hard for me to see the chat, the live streaming, but I'm glad to see. Oh, the wrong card for it. Yeah, now I can kind of read them. That would change it. Also, this is too. Oh, clever hot dog. I'm so glad you came in, Taylor. Hit the thumbs up. Laptop off the bed was a crazy day. Oh yes, Taylor, you were there. You heard me scream as the laptop crashed, and I ran straight up. Yes.
I was just confirming that you're reading chat off this.
This one?
Is that one?
Yeah. No, I can't because that'll. Oh, now I can. Is it okay if I read it off here, though, or should I?
It's on a delay.
Okay, so that's why I haven't been responding to you guys' chat. It's been a delay because I didn't realize I could have a different window open.
Chat's right here.
Oh, wow! Yeah, that was a crazy day. And you weren't in the room, and it did happen. Okay, I wasn't then. But I feel like I had to have been nearby. To work at Coldstone. I will work at Coldstone, though. It is probably one of my dream jobs, is to be in the Coldstone area. Part of the test, so. Yeah, thank you for tuning in for that. That is the equivalent of the hot takes. Well, actually, I guess that was the comedy skit. For the hot takes portion, I did have a couple of PowerPoints I wanted to make, but again, alas, I ran out of time. And here we are. So I'm doing the best. Yeah, I do love to do that. When I go to bowling alleys, I have to look at the biggest shoe that they have because it's absolutely wonderful to see really big shoes. Sometimes I hear these things that come out and I go, is it because I'm tired? Maybe. I don't know. But we're here. We're doing the best we can. The stream is going. It's bopping along. Macy, did you land? Oh, you're coming at midnight. Maybe you're waiting. I'm gonna pause this for a second. I'm new to the stream. I also didn't realize how big the delay was, so trying to figure that all out. But I'm getting good practice in here. I'm really enjoying that. Yeah. The sun is always in our eyes, and the wind in the bowling alley just comes in and just blows you off course every time. If it weren't for that. All right. Where are we at? What's our time? Oh my gosh, okay. Well, I still technically have like another hour with you guys. If you wanted to still stick around. I never realized how fun it is to talk to you all, but also to myself. Getting this lovely input. I can scroll over here. Oh. Maybe Alone in the Cemetery versus with people. You're doing great. Thank you, Taylor. I'm hoping that this will be a success and that I'll keep coming back. Honestly, what a great birthday. I feel like it's been a lot of fun. I was, do you have any hopes for your 28th? Oh, great question. By the time 28 rolls around, I would really love 28th year of life. Give me one 28. I really hope to get a master's in water resource engineering. I thought I wanted a PhD. I'm a bit exhausted already. Oh. Guys, tell them the lore. Yes, the lore. So the lore behind this is in Boise, Idaho. Me and Jessica, who's online right now, go to this little place called Jeremy's Arcade. It is a fantastic place. It is $5 for a wristband, and you get all access to all the games. No quarters necessary, no cards. It's like very retro-y 1980s. Like it's literally like it feels like it's in a garage. You literally go down an alleyway, and like you just see this like neon light, and you go to open this door, and then inside you just got all these fun arcade retro games. And one of the games there is the Midnight Club game, and so this is a racing game. Midnight Tokyo is the one that we usually play. It's got everything you could ask for: 4-wheeled vehicles, automatic, manual, your choice, your sport car, your pick, your speed, your different routes to do. It is it is a time to be alive. Honestly, at the age of 27, that is where I like to go on my Friday nights, is to race and beat a lot of children in that game, because a lot of them are not as good as we are. You know, we've put our time, our years, and our dedication into it. In fact, me and Jessica both agree that, you know, if we go on date nights, we gotta bring the man there, because why wouldn't he want to see us, you know, racing hardcore, throwing that gear shift back and in reverse.
When she took me to the Jeremy's arcade place, I thought she was just going to sell my organs.
That's how sketchy it looks. Yeah, it looks very sketchy, but highly recommend, if you're ever in Idaho, go to Jeremy's arcade. The alleyways, no joke. Yeah, if you want one, I'll hook you up. I have a site that I visited that has a lot of good affordable anime t-shirts that they like make all sorts of prints, and it was called, what was it called? T-shirt. Well, I don't, graphic tee? I'm not quite sure. But we're doing the best we can. All right, safe travel home. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, you'll be back? Cool. Oh, you should be around. Wow. Yeah, I'll hook you up, girl, though. They are super great because I got a really big one just because it makes a great pajama shirt. And if I could wear anime shirts all the way around, I would. I mean, I could, but sometimes you gotta put on more professional clothes, I suppose, because this is very pajama-like. But it's a great time. And we actually got to meet Jeremy himself. He was there one day, and he wears Hawaiian t-shirts. You know, he's just really vibing. And I'm thinking, man, I bet when he was a kid, he was like, I'm gonna make the coolest hangout. And he did. He made a really cool place. So shout out to Jeremy if you ever watch this stream. I'm promoting Jeremy's Arcade. Wow. Starting to feel it. Ah. Yes. Ah. Yeah, got featured here. This is how I should have dressed up. You're going to work? Oh, are you actually going to work? Oh, you are going to work. Okay. Have fun, dearie. He's got some goblins to slay, I suppose. Some orcai. That is the Lord of the Rings getup. Thank you for stopping by, Taylor. Good night. Love you too. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out what to do next on the list. I did have a Kahoot game prepared. I don't know how it'll work because it's kind of delayed, but we could always give it a shot, see what happens. Let's go for it. This portion is the Brenna's fact and fiction. So, how well do you know your girl, I suppose? Let me see if I can pull it up. So when do you start playing chess? Who is that? Mikey likes YouTube. Michael, is that you? Did you drop in? Thank you for stopping by. I have been rambling on non-stop for the last like 2.5 hours? 1.5 hours? Time is good. I don't know if anyone wants to watch me play chess, but I wouldn't necessarily say I'm good at chess. Give it your best shot. Let's see if this works. Ooh. Tis I. All right. We're gonna... Wow, you came at the perfect time. I'm gonna try to transition into more other things because y'all probably... The Duchess creates... Ah, chess. Yes, yes. Fair enough. You caught me. You caught me. I am a one that likes to create. So, well done. Well done on that one. Okay, thank you, Rachel, for stopping by. Good night. Oh, you guys are so great. All right, let's see if this works out. You know, if this doesn't work, then you know we're trying new things. So we're switching it up. I've made a Kahoot for y'all. It's got 10. Is that right? 10 questions. Yeah, it's at 10 questions. So I know that there's a delay, but it'd be kind of fun to see if it works. And if it doesn't, then we tried our best, I suppose. Tube. Sorry, I got some people asking me. Did you see it? I got some people that don't have an account, but they're watching from afar. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to... Oh, I see one person. Let's go, Jessica. I was curious to see if this will work at all. You know, Jessica, it might just be you on here. Trying to figure it out in real time. I appreciate the dedication. Geneva, my girl. Thank you. Another one. Representing the Allen house. I appreciate the dedication. LOL trying. And it is working, I suppose. So the issue is I don't know how to look at the chat while this is going on. Kahoot. Let me just... The dog. Okay. We're just going to slowly see. Yeah, if we get one more person, that could be good enough. And try to go for it. Okay, that'll work. 1 second. I'm down to Kahoot. Love it. Love to see it. Okay, back to this. This is great. Okay. How do I unclick? Nope. Be right back. Just a little bit of some difficulties, y'all. I gotta figure out how to unclick. There it goes. All right. Let's just start it. Oh, we lost someone. Should I just start with two competitors? Let's see if it works. Maybe I can drop this game pin in the chat. I was gonna try to do the Kahoot. Geneva's back. Thank you for stopping by. And she dropped out again. Maybe this won't work, but we'll give it a shot. It might work. It might work. We're just double checking her. One moment, please.
We're on this one?
I think so, yeah. Ah, perfect. Ah, Sky, thank you. This is great. Okay. I think we'll go for it now. Let's see what happens. We're gonna Kahoot it. Let's see. All right. Starting off easy. Who is my favorite superhero? Oh, cool. It has a little pin down here. If anyone wants to hop in. This one should be kind of easy. It's my license plate, if anyone wants to know. Aquaman! Nice. Wonder Woman's also a very good guess, so that was a tough one. All right. How many tattoos do I have? This is this is it, you know. I got one when I was in high school. That was my first tattoo, so I definitely have at least one. That tattoo, Eggward, is not me. Not mine, but it is a shout out. 2. I have 2 tattoos. What is my catchphrase? So this one, I kind of have a lot. You can click as many as you want. But they change throughout the years. I do say all sorts of things now. This is kind of cool that it's working. And I'm finding that this is good. Very good, guys. Are you sure about that? I do say that one sometimes. But not really often. So kind of tricky. Woo! Nice, nice. Ah, my biggest fear. This is a hard one. I have a lot of fears. Ovens being my second fear. I am afraid of being burned or being thrown into one, like the witch from Hansel and Gretel. So, hope that doesn't happen. Good job, veins. That's hard because needles scare me, but veins can't do. Can't do for the life of me. Mm-mm. My worst enemy. I believe this is a okay. I think there's two answers to this. I now see that. Sometimes when I'm reading this, I guess it's not fair because then I go, wait, all of these look like my enemy. Oh, but mayo. Can't. It's up there for a reason, but can't have it. Pickles, though. Pickles are in it. Honestly, thyme is an enemy of mine. But pickles, can't have it. So it's tricky. That was my first job. Technically, babysitting was my first job. If we really want to count that. But this one's more of what was my first pay stub. I've enjoyed all of these careers. The one person that's playing this, Jessica. She was my supervisor, my team lead, my manager. Actually, she was my team lead at Spear Halloween, or my boss at Spear Halloween, and Idaho Food Bank. Yeah, Idaho Pizza Company was technically my first one, but Metalcraft was a very close. It was like within months apart. What have I left on the outside of my car? This one is a two. I think it's a two answer. There is one answer. Wow. I don't know if someone's clicking it really quickly how that works, but I think I set this one for two. All of them are classic, so I'm the fool in this case. My yearbook and my wallet. I didn't leave my lacrosse stick, but it's been a close call. It's been a close call. How old am I? This one's a nice little gimme, right? I could be 21. I could be 22, 23, 20, 24. Start going off the years. Enjoying my last bit of my 20s, I suppose. Nice. Get those points. I think as an adult now, this is my favorite. Oh, you guys are on it. That one ended so quickly. All right, last question. What do I currently collect? Yeah, I've collected. Honestly, all of these things I have collected. I have a nice camera collection, but I'm not currently collecting cameras because they're heavy and they're big. But they are doable. Perfect. Right on the money. I did collect root beer bottles for a really long time. And then I realized I don't need to carry those anymore. But thank you guys so much for playing. Oh, wow. A shout out to all y'all. Who could it be? I do see the dog. Wow, that was great. Okay, I'm glad to see that was a success. I did not know what to expect in that one at all. So cool. Thank you guys for tuning in on that one. I have no idea how to necessarily get out of this, but I'll try to figure it out. I'm trying to... Oops. Hey, we did the Kahoot. Play some more music, but honestly, guys, that's kind of it. I think that's all I had for my birthday special, We hit the Q&A. You guys threw some really great questions out there. what else happened. I crafted a bit. I hope you guys all got to craft a little bit. You'll hear more about me, but what I want from this channel. Hope to be back some more. Played my little comedy skit interview, I suppose, is what I got. And I just really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on my birthday, y'all. I think I'm going to call it early because I don't have any more stories to tell. I think you finally heard every single story that's ever happened to me since I was born. So I think I'll just leave it here, do my closeout. Thank you so much for participating, for all of the views and likes and follows. And yeah, I guess I'll just hang out a little bit longer. But overall, I think I'm ready to go to bed. I've been up for like 17 hours and I'm starting to feel it a bit. Go munch on some birthday pizza and enjoy my last hour, I suppose, of the birthday. Thank you again. Thank you, Jessica. Jessica's my oldest friend. I met her in kindergarten. Geneva, thank you so much for also playing the game. I miss you guys. I hope the Allen home is, as always, having the best of fun and the best of the times. Tavares, you won. I would hope so. That would have been embarrassing if you didn't know your girlfriend's biggest fear. And all those other cool things. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off now. You all have a lovely night. And we're going to stop it in 3, 2, 1.